How long has Exquisite Corpses been in development?
Not long enough.
3 months?
Yeah.
Three months? About 3 months? Maybe 4? Like, I woke up one day, and I feel like this is how it went, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I woke up one day and I said, you know what? I really want to do a show with Erica. And I called her, and I said, hey, you want to do a 2-person show? And she's like, why? And I said, because I want to. And she goes, why me? And I said, because I want to. She goes, but I've already done a show at the Oddities Museum. And I'm like, cool, well, I haven't, so let's do it again. She's like, you think it's going to work? And I was like, yes. And then she was like, why me? And I was like, because I like your art, I like you, and I want to do it. So
I don't remember being that inquisitorial.
you were kind of inquisitorial.
Was I really?
Yeah, a little bit. But
Was I aggressive about it?
Not really aggressive, more passive-aggressive.
How did you two meet as artists?
I purposefully did an event I knew that he was either hosting or
Or organizing.
part of, because I was like, I'm going to get my art in front of this guy. And I really like his art, and I want to meet this guy. And that's exactly what happened. And we ended up trading art that day at the end of was a festival. It was an outdoor thing.
It was those Live at Fives in
music.
Sandy Springs.
Yeah.
And it was a disaster. I mean, it was wonderful for the event and the community in Sandy Springs and Mutation Brewery. They are fantastic people. However,
crowd, maybe.
I don't think the crowd
Yeah.
took to the art you're going to see this weekend here at
No.
the Oddities Museum.
No. But yeah, that's how that happened. And then just kind of struck up a friendship. And he has a comic shop in Ackworth, and started going there, and then started hosting art there, and
Yeah. And I didn't know who she was. And I was just trying to fill space at this event. So I was like, you should come. I'm just kidding. No. I knew a little bit who she was, and I really liked her.
Carrie told me about you too.
Really?
And I think that she said that she put a word in your ear about me at some point.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does that.
Yeah, me and my buddy Paul, who
yeah.
does a thing called Brightest Black, we were working with Mutation Brewery to help this event grow because it was brand new. And, we're hardcore punk rock kids, metalheads, and we're trying to cater to what Sandy Springs has become, which is not the way it was when I grew up there. And there's nothing wrong with what it's become. It's just not my speed. So we tried to do this event, and we're thinking of it as I like your art, I like what you do, let's have you in the event. Not I like what you do, let's make it something that's marketable. And that's why it wasn't as much of a success, I think, as financially success as it could have been, because
Well, I did what I set out to do.
but we also did what we said to do. We put an event on. I got to meet you, and here we are.
And it's fun. Those, even if they're not monetarily successful, they're always fun.
What mediums are present in this exhibition?
A lot of it's obviously sculptural. He just started screwing around with foam, which he's enjoying, and it's awesome.
Wood foam.
Yeah, wood foam. Just kind of expanding your repertoire of
But I
materials.
think it's anything that makes a mark is the materials we're all using, because there really isn't anything that we haven't touched.
Yeah, we're really kind of branched out.
I mean,
what we're using with
the only thing I can tell you that's not in this show that we did not use is computers of any way.
No, because that would never happen with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah.
You still use a dial-up computer.
What's that?
Yeah.
I have a tablet.
Fax
but
machine?
an actual tablet.
People beep you.
With stone.
Do they paid you?
Stone tablet.
Stone tablets?
Stone tablet.
Hey, Moses?
Huh?
What is an exquisite corpse?
So the term exquisite corpses comes from the Dadaist movement.
Surrealist, 1920s.
Yeah, 1920s. Duchamp.
It was a parlor game. Everybody knows that. So that we just kind of took the concept of it because we liked it, and then he liked the title of it, and was like, hey, how about we just make art and just not show each other what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of...
Yeah, and so all of this was made without knowledge of the other person.
Yeah.
And then we're going to, bring it together, and it's either going to be awesome or we're both going to have panic attacks.
Yeah.
And the former, thankfully, was the thing.
Yeah.
So,
if you don't know what the term means for art's sake in the parlor game, it's where you took a piece of paper and you folded it into the thirds. And you would draw something and leave a little bit peeking out, and I wouldn't look at yours, and then I would just continue those lines, and then I would fold it a second time, hand it to Erica, she with a little poking out, and she would finish it. And at the end of the game, we would go, "Whoa, what did you just draw?" You know. So because there's only two of us, we chose to not do it that way, but we chose to go and do it where we go blind with each other. Like, I ain't gonna show you a single piece, and you're not gonna show me a single piece until installation. And we're not going to talk about colors. We're not going to talk about subject matter. We're not going to talk about materials, nothing. And if it works, like Erica said, awesome. If it doesn't, then we're going to have panic attacks and go, oh, sorry, but we tried. And I think for me, that was the exciting part about working with her, because it made me go, I know what kind of artist Erica is. I know how talented she is, and just crazy good she is. Honestly, I think we did a hell of a job.
We did.
Like,
we did.
As scary as it was to not know what we're doing and to only have a few months to do it.
So, I mean, for it to come together the way it did was really awesome.
What are the themes present in Exquisite Corpses?
That's another weird thing that happened. It's just like we kind of tapped into some wavelength where we're both talking about the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
As an artist, I create because I need to. Like, it's just, I can't do anything else. Like, I'm not overly book smart. I'm not athletic.
No.
I just,
No.
I know you look at me and you think, you know, Caitlyn Jenner and, you know, athletics and tennis and, you know, pro football, but I'm not. So I'm not anything other than an artist. That's all I've ever been, you know. Like, to give you a quick little, you know, rundown on things, like when I was little, my mom kept a journal of me, you know, like things I was doing. And every year from like 3 years old to 6, I guess when she got tired of doing it, it says every year I draw and I keep drawing. And like when I started this journey called UrbnPop in 2007, like, and I made the decision that I was going to do art full time, a majority of important people in my life were all like, what else are you going to do? And I said, nothing, I'm going to make art. And they were like, well, what's your fallback? And I said, there isn't a fallback. Well, what else are you going to do? Like, nothing, I'm going to make art, and that's all I'm going to do. And that's what I've succeeded. And so, because it's all I know. And so the themes of this is, for me, a lot of stuff that goes through my head daily, from my family, from my friends to total strangers, to like relationships, to like, whether it be romantic, just a friendship, casual. It's just the stuff that I can't stop thinking about all the time that plagues me. And for me to be able to get it out in some sort of creative way is, again, all I know. And that's, so the topics and themes are just like my everyday breath, if that makes sense, you know. And talking to Erica when we got here yesterday, it seems that, well, I mean, we've talked much about this before, but like, we share a lot of that same like inner dialogue and inner torment,
that constant reel of
yeah,
you know?
So that's my take. What is yours?
Same. Yeah. A lot of the stuff I work out of, he doesn't work out of books. He's more spontaneous. I'm more like, I'm a planner, and you know, I like to have everything. I explore every possible nook and cranny of an idea. So I've got books and writing and blah 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 blah, and so it's kind of just getting that out onto walls, and it's all just that constant running reel of stuff in your head that you're always hearing, even when, you know, I'm talking to you, it's still going, you know. So
it doesn't stop.
And it also kind of, for my part of it, it's making sense of things that kind of stick with you and won't let go of your mind, you know. And loss recently, well, both of us lost.
Life changes.
Yes. So
not life changing, or changes, like my life changed a lot, but life changes in general, and we have to kind of balance it out. And I think, you know, for both of us, art's what balances it out. It's best as we can.
So that's all the stuff that you're going to read.
Yeah.
You know, on the walls.
And they're also the stuff that when you come to the show, you're gonna, or as you've been to the show, there's a lot of writing on the walls, and that's all stuff that relates to the paintings. And I have, for my portions of it, I have specific topics that I tackled, but I tried to make it a little bit not so direct.
More universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you approached it, but
yeah. Oh, vague is the name of the game.
Oh, vague is the name of the game.
How does the art and Exquisite Corpses fit in with the rest of your work?
Continuation. Just a continuation of
a new beginning for me, because this show particularly pushed me to try something that I was not comfortable with or had never tried before, using the foam and making stuff a little more forward. And then it pushed me in a direction that, by working with Erica, I knew that like I was gonna have to bring my A game. And so that just makes me walk away from the show going, just because it's done doesn't mean I don't have to bring my A game tomorrow. And just because it's done doesn't mean I have to like forget about these mediums that I used. What can I keep doing with it? And while I'm doing it, like, what else can I do with it? And so I would just say,
that's really always what you want to do when you pair yourself up with someone, is you want to find someone that like is going to make you bring your A game and be like, rise to it, So like, I think that's what we both did here,
Yeah, because I know myself, and I even told Erica this, like, I walked in day one, we were setting up, and I had imposter syndrome. I was like, what am I doing? And I was like having a little mini panic attack, And I was like, but wait, she wouldn't have been doing this if she didn't think it was good. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't think it was good. So I had to kind of check myself, which is, I think, a really good thing. And so now that it's up and done, I don't feel that way anymore. But it's good to have that feeling of, would it be humility? Being humble?
Yeah.
To realize that, there's always more. There's always something better you can do, and you can always be better. And, the show taught me that a lot,
What are your artistic inspirations?
So my stuff, it stems originally. Actually, it doesn't originally. It is always and will always stem from African mask. I adore the look of African masks, the shapes, the colors not so much, but the shapes. The chaos that goes in my art comes from Jean-Michel Basquiat, Ralph Steadman, Dave McKeon, Bill Sienkiewicz. These are all comic book guys, if you didn't know. Ted McKeever, stuff like that. The colors just comes from like wanting it to be like a little bit of a duality in what I do. It's kind of weird and off-putting sometimes. The shapes are strange. Some of them, it's the subject matter is strange, but you don't see it because it's bright pinks and happy blues, and you kind of overlook those themes, or it takes your brain to a different place. That if you just saw it black and white, or as grim as it could be, or if you knew some of the stuff that was going through my head that I put into it, it wouldn't scare you as much, or it doesn't scare you as much. So
you had mentioned Stedman, and that's like a huge influence, like just craftsmanship wise. And I'm gonna say Egon Schiele because I know yours, but it's also mine. So we do have a lot of similar interests. I like old books, and I like looking at illuminated manuscripts. I like and actually, like, a lot of this show was taken from illuminated manuscripts and those types of that type of imagery. So
and thematically, I love the Byzantine era of religion. And I love the Catholicism, and I love looking at old churches and cemeteries and statues, and just like the idea of this stuff. And sometimes I'll take some of the stuff that I've seen, books, pictures like that, and even though I don't keep them referenced or make notes of them, they stay up here, and then they come out here. So